Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophia and this is my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to be doing a very requested video all about the cameras that I use to take all of my pictures and all my social medias and that kind of thing. So before I get into this video, I just want to first off say thank you guys so much. I'm really excited how interested you guys are in this video, and even if you don't necessarily like photography or it's not something you really want to pursue as like a career, I'm really glad that there are people that are still interested in learning about the various aspects of it. So yeah, I'm definitely not an expert, but I've learned a lot through trial and error and learning from just watching people, researching my own things. I'm taking classes in school for photography. So yeah, it's definitely something that I'm interested in. And so I hope that this video at least sparks some sort of interest in you, maybe pursue it as a hobby. Before I start rambling for the rest of the video, let's just get on into it. So the way that I decided to organize this video is by the types of social media that I have and the cameras that I use on there. Because I've just kind of noticed that for each social media I have, I tend to use somewhat different cameras, if that makes sense. So I'm first going to start off with Instagram. I have 2 Instagram accounts, if you guys didn't know. I mean 3, including my dogs, but yes. Yellow Friend and then my main account. Yellow Friend is a page that I created specifically to showcase my film photography and Polaroid photography. So if you don't know, I love film photography. I love the raw aspect of it, and I love how you really don't know what you're gonna get until the pictures are developed, and by then you've kind of forgotten. I like the surprise aspect of that. So yeah, the cameras that I use for my film photography, there's quite a few, but I'm just gonna show the one that I love the most. And it is my Nikon 6006 film camera. So if you don't know what a film camera is, just super quickly, because you could research all of this, it looks just like a DSLR, which is a super big digital camera that I'll show you in a second. You can't see the pictures once you've taken them, and you have to insert a film canister each time you want to take pictures. So there's usually 25 pictures on each roll of film, and every time those run out, you have to take them out very carefully, put them back in the tube, develop them so you can take them to CVS, or you could go to a darkroom studio if there are any nearby and have them developed for you in person. Film cameras really have the same functions of a regular professional DSLR camera. At least this one does. Quickly want to mention here, if you're looking to do anything professional, I would say go for the screen on the back, because you can't really delete a picture on here if you don't like it. Okay, I think I'm confusing you guys. Basically, there are so many versions of a film camera. This one is super extra because I'm super extra, and I figured if I love film photography so much and I maybe want to pursue it in the future, I might as well get one of these. If you were to compare a picture that is professionally taken on a professional DSLR camera, the quality in most cases is a lot more clear. And so a film camera, it has a characteristic that I think is really sweet. It looks grainy. It looks as if there's like little speckles in each picture. So basically, film makes the picture look grainy. You can add that effect though to any picture in Photoshop, in apps, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. So basically, I use this film camera for a lot of my pictures. Don't invest in like a super expensive body. Just look for a really good lens. It doesn't have to be a huge lens, because the bigger the lens, the further away it takes. Usually you want to get a lens that has a good focus. So with this one, it blurs out the background completely, which I love. And so you can even get lenses on film cameras that are better than DSLRs. If you don't know what a DSLR is, this is what it is. It's basically this camera, but has a screen at the back and obviously has a lot more functions and that kind of thing. Attach it to your computer so you can look at the images. You can take videos on these, and so there's a lot more functions, so it's definitely a lot more expensive. They range from like, I think a couple hundred to upwards of thousands of dollars. Ridiculous. Just because you have an expensive camera does not mean you are a good photographer. I wouldn't really invest in this if you're not really planning on pursuing anything really with photography. But if it is a hobby that you absolutely love, I would say just get one. I think there's a lot of perks to these types of cameras. If you are planning on having your pictures reposted a bunch, let's say you're gonna have them on like Tumblr, or you're like a social influencer, or you're promoting brands or that kind of thing. When you screenshot a DSLR picture, because they are so high quality in most cases, as it's screenshotted and reposted and screenshotted and reposted, the quality, it stays there. So if you were to take a picture on your iPhone, for example, the more screenshots and reposts it is, it loses its quality significantly. That's definitely a perk. Back to my main page, my main Instagram, a lot of the pictures that I do that are like sponsored or for companies, or I think that they'll probably be reposted, I will take on this camera. You know, when things go through the internet, they lose pixels, so you don't want to end up looking like a 2-pixel bitch. Stop. I hope I'm still with you. You guys are still with me, because I'm definitely not with you guys anymore. Like, focus. Did you know this was my second time filming this video, because I just didn't know what I was talking about in the first one. Back to Yellow Friend. I use this for my Polaroids. I love Polaroid pictures. Actually, I have a love-hate relationship with them. Let me be honest here. I think they look so cool if you get the good picture, but it's so expensive to get the good picture. So this Polaroid camera I have is a Fujifilm Instax 210. It's way overpriced for what it does. Let me be real here. I used to have the one that was like way smaller and like vertical. That was shit too. This one's shit too. If you're looking for Polaroid cameras, let me not be biased here. They were such better quality back in the day, if that makes sense. I'm just not sure what they're doing with these. I don't know. If you are planning on taking a bunch of Polaroids of yourself, this is not for you. It loses its focus. I could not take a selfie like this, for example, because it would just be so blurry. This is quite good though in terms of clarity. Someone else is going to be taking it of you, or if you're going to be taking it of someone else. I have a plan to maybe start up a Polaroid page or something like that, and you're just going to be the one taking them of people. This would be okay. In terms of price, I think this was like $200 used, which is stupid. I mean, is it stupid? Not really. If you love Polaroid pictures and that kind of thing, it's a good investment. For me, it's dumb. The other issue is that the film expires a lot. So I ordered a bunch of these on eBay a while ago, and I was like, oh my God, I got such a good deal. Like I got like 100 or something for like 30 bucks. So stupid. I got them back, and most of them were expired. So if you don't know, basically when a Polaroid itself, the picture is expired, it comes out of the camera like this, as if it's a piece of glass and it's just been dropped, so it's shattered. So there's little black and picture specks here and there, if that makes sense. It's such a waste, because that could have been a great picture. Anyway, I think that it's a cool novelty thing. If you're planning on taking this for like a day trip or whatever, you're gonna have to have a lot of films in your purse, and this is quite big, so if you run out of film, you're just lugging this thing around, you can't really use it. So I do only use this on occasion, really, and that's only if I'm really feeling myself and I know I'm gonna get a good shot. I'm definitely a super big fan of film photography though. Another thing that I wanted to mention for my main page is I use my DSLR camera a ton on that page. I rarely use my iPhone. In fact, I only use my iPhone for like Insta stories. You know that there's like this iPhone X and this bullshit that people are just like buying into, whatever they think is gonna be great quality. This type of camera will always have higher quality than this. Like an iPhone X or whatever, if you're buying it because they're hyping up this quality or whatever, invest in a DSLR camera, like if you're that hyped up about the quality. But the definite plus to this is it's free. There's a lot of cool apps that you can use to edit your pictures if you want to do that. And I wanted to show you guys a quick app. Like I said, this is not sponsored or anything like that. I wish it was. If they want to sponsor me, shout out. I'm using this app called Gudak. Everyone that keeps asking me about the pictures I've been taking, what did you edit this on or whatever, it's this. It's an app that is supposed to mimic a disposable camera. So it's like, that's the interface, and you only have 25 shots, I believe, and then once those are taken, you can't preview them or anything. Once those are done, you have to wait an hour to get a new film, and then 3 days for those to develop, so it's supposed to mimic like developing, whatever. The pictures come out so dope. I would recommend that app. I think it's $2.99, which I don't know if you want to pay for an app, but I paid and it was well worth it. It's really cool, especially if you don't have your cameras on you. So I didn't want to include how I edit my pictures or anything like that. If you guys want to see that, let me know, because that'd be kind of cool. It's a skill that's like very underappreciated. But yeah, so these 3 cameras I think are like my favorite. Now that I have shown you guys the cameras that I use, I'm just going to give you guys like some super quick tips. when you are shooting on an iPhone, this is just gonna be like super random, and I'm sorry if you guys don't want to even watch this. It's just like you can just X out now. Let's say you want to get really cool pictures, but you don't exactly know what you're doing wrong because you have the exact same camera or you have the exact same phone as someone else is getting great pictures. That kind of sucks, right? Like, I just also like disclaimer here. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm always saying this. You do not need an expensive camera to be a good ass photographer. I've like know so many people online that have like millions of followers and all they take on their Instagram is like with their iPhone. Just has to do with like perspective and proportions, and that's kind of thing that you learn like from going to school. But these are just some tricks that I know of. So in terms of an iPhone, the front camera is way shittier than the back camera. I'm sure a lot of you already know that. But yeah, so if you want to take like a super high quality selfie, take it with your back camera. And if you want to look at what you're taking, maybe put like a mirror there or something so you can like. Also, if you want like super blinding selfie light, Kim Kardashian, who? I got a Lumi case on Depop. I just really like this thing. I don't know why. I don't really use it all that often, but I think it's really nice to have. It's kind of like, instead of having to go to your flashlight, you can just use that instead. If you want to take a picture of someone, let's say they're like, oh my God, get a picture of my outfit, or like, I look so good right now, whatever. If this is the person, you do not want the camera up here. You do not want it all the way down here. You want it like kind of up here, but you want to make sure that their head is like higher than the camera. So you want them to be looking down. Even if you don't want to necessarily like have the picture be like a downward picture, you want the camera to be lower than them. Also, make sure your camera is not tilted this way. Make sure, if anything, tilt it a little bit backwards, like it's just attached. Oh, I think that the selfie option actually on an iPhone is flipped. So all the selfies you take on your iPhone, I believe they come out flipped. Like a big camera or whatever, let's say you want to take like some model pictures and that kind of thing. Invest in a tripod. I think that they are great for beginners, especially models. It's intimidating, I think, to have a person taking pictures of you if you've never been in front of a camera before. So maybe like get a tripod, flip on the self-timer, even on your iPhone, you know, and just practice that way. And it's just good practice, so when you do end up in front of a portrait de marché, you'll know exactly what to do. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I really hope that you guys liked this video. Let me know if you did. If you want to know anything else about the behind the scenes or whatever of what goes into all of my posts and that kind of thing, I don't know. Let me know. That'd be kind of cool. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you know the answers, feel free to comment them. Yeah, follow me on all my social media. Stay in touch. Subscribe, like, click the little bell next to the subscribe button just in case I post and I don't tell anyone. You guys have a really good day. Love you.